Hello, I wanted to make a short video to show off these two corncob pipes that I just finished. I've posted photos of the progress on these on Corncob Nation on Facebook, so if you're a member of the nation, then you've seen these kind of coming along. And one thing I want to say is that these are not cob mods. These started out as raw corncob from Vermont freehand. Um, Drill out the chamber and the stem hole, and then I used these vulcanite blanks from Vermont freehand as well. And the wood components of both these pipes are birch, both the shank, the plug at the bottom, and then there's a dowel or tenon that connects the two is also birch. So this one is a classic Bulldog. This is the Mark 1. This is the first one that I finished and started. And it's got that Bulldog shape to the bowl. I don't have a lathe, so it's interesting getting these shapes, but it came out all right. 5/8 inch plug in the bottom. The chamber, I drilled out the chamber with a Forstner bit, and then I wanted to open it up a bit with a 3/4 modified spade bit. Unfortunately, there was a lot of chatter, and I opened it up too much. It's a little out of round, but the bottom is shaped well, and you see the draft hole down there. I did mud the bottom of this one, which is what this gray is just the from the pipe mud, because the tenon on this one only goes halfway into the bowl, and I ended up with a void over here, so I needed to fill that up. This shape here was dug out with a Dremel. This is sort of scooped out. The whole bowl is made like an acorn. The end of the shank is scooped out. The mortise and draft hole are drilled first. Then the tenon is fit in here, and then drill a hole into the bowl. Glue the two together, and then re-drill the draft hole through the tenon into the bowl. But this particular bit, I noticed that on the 150th anniversary Bulldogs from Missouri Meerschaum, they simplified this joint. They sanded this to a 45-degree angle on the bowl, so it's two 45-degree angles meeting. Whereas this, I created the joint, glued them together, and then sanded here, which created the facet on the bowl. So just a look at that. It's a nice pipe, a little under 6 inches long. I stained it with leather dye because I like staining my cobs, and I buffed it and then waxed it with carnauba wax. I've always shellacked my cobs, but this time I wanted to try something else, so I waxed it, and I actually quite like the effect. I'm a little worried that this one is a little too thin, but this one's heading south to be tested out by a friend, and he'll let me know how that goes. The other one is this one. This is the second one I did, and this one, rather than a Bulldog, is a billiard. I copied this shape off of a vintage one I saw a picture of, and I liked that billiard shape with the diamond shank. So same thing going on with the shank, same process connecting the two. I did end up with a better transition from shank to the bottom of the bowl on this one. If you look on the Bulldog, there's a little bit of a step there. So the transition on this one is better. I'm really happy with how the billiard shape came out on this one. You can see here there were some areas where the kernel or the chaff of the cob had come out more because it does that sometimes. So it just fills in with plaster. This one I did not try to widen the chamber, so that's a 5/8 inch chamber, but I did make another modified spade bit, and so the bottom of the bowl is shaped appropriately. You can see the draft hole down there at the center, and you can see the dowel. But this one, the dowel goes all the way through to the other side of the chamber. So I didn't end up with any voids on this one. The bowl's canted forward a little bit, and I think this is a really nice looking pipe. Still some things to work out on the process. I need to work on ideas for the ferrule. I've got some square brass tube stock coming, but I'm interested to see if, because the square shank is a fair bit of material around there, much more than on your average Missouri Meerschaum corncob pipe. So I'm wondering if maybe these can hold up fine without needing the ferrule and just putting it on for aesthetics, which I'd like to do anyway. But I'm interested to see if they hold up without it. I'd also like to do some shanks and other woods. But yeah, so that's the two diamond shank pipes that I've been working on. Fun projects. I haven't fired this one up yet. This one I'm saving for myself, but as I improve on these, then we'll see what other kinds of things that I can come up with. And thanks for watching.